Hi, this is Allison Brinkley, your virtual dietitian, and today I want to talk to you about sugar addiction. How does this work? So when you consume something with sugar in it, the reward center in your brain releases dopamine, and once that dopamine level decreases, then your body's craving more sugar. And this time when you consume the sugar product, you need more to get that same reward. So it's like a never-ending cycle. Another thing that happens when you consume sugar, your insulin levels spike because the body does not like to have high blood sugar levels. So they release insulin to help normalize your blood sugar. But when you have a spike in insulin, that's going to increase body fat storage. And often when you have plain sugar laden food, your insulin levels spike, but then it overcompensates and you crash and your blood sugar levels go low, and then your body's craving sugar to normalize the blood sugar. So then you're going to consume another sugar product, so it's going to spike again. So it's never ending. It's a perpetual cycle of sugar addiction. So the World Health Organization recommends that no more than 10% of your calories come from added sugars. And that means if you're on a 2,000 calorie diet, that no more than 200 calories should come from added sugars. So that equates to about 50 grams of added sugars per day. The American Heart Association recommends less than that, about 24 grams of sugar per day for women and 36 grams of sugar for men. And it's hard to differentiate what your food items come from added sugars versus natural sugars, because I'm only talking about added sugars. I'm not talking about the sugar that comes naturally in foods like fruit and milk. So soon the food labels are going to be changing, so they're going to list what the amount of added sugars are. So it'll be easier for us to determine whether or not a food has too much of the excess added sugars in it. And I wanted to give you a visual of just how much sugar is in some of the food items that you might be consuming now. This is Coca-Cola. I'm sure you've all seen and had this in your life. And this one bottle of soda contains 1/3 cup of sugar. I put the sugar in the bottle as a visual so you can see just how much sugar you're consuming. And once you consume this, your body's going to start craving more. You're going to increase your body fat storage. So my recommendation is to limit soda, to eventually have no soda. It's best to have unsweet drinks, not necessarily with artificial sweeteners, because that I will discuss in another video. But water is best. Flavor it with water. Lemon or other fruits, or have plain green tea. For added health benefits. Also, some of the foods that you think might be healthy for you actually contain a lot of added sugars. I saw this awesome new yogurt and I thought, oh, that looks kind of good. It looks healthy. And I was shocked when I looked at the label. It has 35 grams of sugar. Now, it does have fruit in it, but when I look at the label, it has the first ingredient, whole milk, and then it has fruit puree. And in that fruit puree is blackberries. The second ingredient in that puree is sugar. So the things on an ingredient label are listed based on weight. So the first ingredient has the most weight and it decreases from there. So that means there's a significant amount of added sugars in this product, making it not such a healthy item. So when you look at that, this is how much sugar is actually in this serving of what you would think would be a healthy breakfast item. So this is approximately 8 3/4 teaspoons of sugar. So what I recommend doing is instead buying your own plain non-fat Greek yogurt, or you can have some fat in it. Fat's not the enemy. This ingredient list only contains milk. Okay, so it doesn't have added fruit, no added sugars, and the sugars that are in it are from the milk. So this has 7 grams of sugar in it, and that equals this amount, or 1 3/4 teaspoon of sugar. So when you compare the two yogurts, look at that. What I do is add my own fruit to it, so I know I'm adding a healthy fruit sugar to my food item. Another thing that I know many of us might add to our coffee is artificial creamers, and they have a lot of sugar in them. And I had to print this out because I no longer consume creamers. I put unsweetened almond milk in my coffee when I do drink coffee, but this is a tablespoon, a serving of this creamer, and here is how much sugar's in it. Look at that. It's a lot. So if you consumed just one of these sodas a day, that's 65 grams of sugar. And the American Heart Association recommends no more than 36 grams for men and 24 grams for women. So I urge you to look at your food labels and look at how much excess sugar is in them. And when you're comparing items, go look at the labels side by side to determine what has the least amount of sugar and what you can add to it that's healthy and whole to satisfy you. So I hope this video helps. I'm going to post a list of different terms for sugar because the food companies are smart and they're not just going to say there's sugar in their item. They're going to change the name like cane sugar, agave, other buzzwords that may make you think it's healthy, but sugar is sugar, and we need to try and reduce that. And I guarantee you, if you start reducing the amount of sugar in your diet, you will see some weight loss and health improvements.